What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nevermind podcast. I'm joined here with my three brothers, Blair, Steven, Juan, and this is Carlos here talking. How are you guys feeling today? How's everyone feeling?
Feeling beautiful inside and out.
First
Didn't go to work
podcast, no work for Steven.
I did.
Juan, how you feeling, man?
Good. I'm excited. This is the first time everybody's gonna be able to see all four. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be really, really good.
Now I
for
can stop
everybody.
getting bullied for not using a face cam. Let's
There you
go.
go.
Yeah.
More importantly, congratulations,
Excited for
baby.
it, too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, especially being like on the, lesser known side of like community or like making content. It's super, super cool for me to be on camera and like super cool for me to be with my friends making content. That's essentially what purpose is for making this stuff, making the channel. Putting out good content with friends, having a good time, and having you guys maybe share a few laughs with us. So that would be awesome. And just giving like a brief rundown of what we're trying to do here. Anything want to add? Anybody want to add to like what we want to do?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Never mind.
How you feeling?
It's a name that's a genius name, and it's with our brains. We created it. Actually, one person created it, but we're not going to mention who that was. But it was one of us.
No, I'm kidding.
What's
It's
wrong?
okay.
I can
It
look
was
over at
Steven.
one like
It was Steven. Oh wait, true. I can like look down.
That's right.
Definitely me, baby.
Oh yeah. But no, never mind. It's just we've all had the desire to make content at one point. We've all wanted to create something, but we lack motivation sometimes, But if it's a group effort, it's a lot easier. Light hands make many work. Or
I've never heard that saying, but I like it.
It's true. No,
something like that.
There you go.
All
You
right.
got your boys with you in the mud. You got to do it, man.
Yeah.
So-
Next person.
This was originally just going to be podcasts, but we've realized that
Yeah.
it's just kind of a waste to only do podcasts because I mean, we're all some grown men, so
We're
it takes
big
time
guys.
for all of us to find time to get together. So it's just gonna be an experience. We're gonna throw out some stuff, see what you guys like, and just kind of make something we all can really work on and appreciate.
And some
be
Let's
fun.
Plays. And I was talking with Steven earlier, and we were saying like we're always like playing games together, and
Yeah.
we're always like, man, it'd be fun to record this, but then we wouldn't really know what channel to upload it on, who wanted to like edit it or like put it up. And if we just have a group channel, we can just throw all the funnies because that's mainly what we do. We're a group of gamers.
Yeah.
We all met through gaming. We met a long ass time ago. I think Juan I've known for a long ass time. Steven, I've known like 5-6 years.
Something like that.
5,
It's
and
been
then
a long time.
Carlos is like almost just as long. Like
I guess when you started COVID, I got started everybody. I was the youngest here in the
true.
group, so I started
And he
right
is-
whenever COVID got started.
He is the youngest. He keeps us all young at heart.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to.
Our
Our
man.
little
Keep
baby
the
boy.
youth. Keep
Yeah.
the youth, man. I gotta keep the youth for you guys.
Exactly. Hell yeah. We're excited. Well, hopefully you guys have time. You know what? Just when you're doing dishes or when you're sleeping, put on the podcast.
Perfect time.
Because we are very relaxing to listen to
Yeah.
and soothing.
Just be ready for the one point where we just scream really loud to wake you up if you
Yes.
are going to sleep. That is
Yes.
one part of the podcast that'll always happen.
That's
so
actually that's
just
about
be ready for
the
that one.
halfway mark. We have that every
Just mark it.
podcast.
You might as well just set an alarm because we should
It'll
wake you up.
The podcast scream time.
Do we want to discuss like us meeting, like all of us meeting?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
down.
of course.
Do you want me to start first since I'm the youngest,
Go
or do you want me
ahead,
to start last?
Carlos.
I think you should start last. Honestly, I think
Yeah.
you and Juan and Blair should start because they knew each other
Oh,
first.
true.
Okay.
I think honestly, did I go into your stream, Juan? Or no. I remember how we met Juan.
I don't want to know the way you say it. It's
Me
scaring
and my
me.
friend, I think we were like, this was like when I was like 14 or 15.
Oh,
We had-
Ellie, yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, Eli, but yeah. You can pronounce it Ellie if you want.
I always called him Ellie.
Ellie. We had this channel called Coin Bros. A couple of good Christian homeschool boys. We uploaded gaming videos, and I uploaded a Smash video. I think I was playing Donkey Kong or something. And Juan comes into the comments and he's like, "Wow, great video. Can you watch my video?" And he was plugging his like it was like a DK montage or something, and it was a good montage, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. So then I think I started like joining some of your streams. We started playing a little bit, and then I wasn't allowed internet access, so I had to like message him on like group hangout, Google Hangouts. So like when we wanted to play Smash together and shit.
Oh, how I met Blur. I joined a live stream that I got recommended, even though I had never watched live streams on YouTube. And you were playing Smash at the time. Smash.
I think Smash
4?
Yeah, Smash
4?
4. It had to be Smash 4.
And I mean, I don't remember how old we were. Both of us were young.
Yeah.
I and I had never played Smash Online.
Wait, really?
And yeah, never. And I, out of my friends, am the best player, like everyone is. That is the meme between. Oh, and in my area, I'm the best player. So that's how it works for me. So I thought I'm gonna whoop this kid's ass online, and then I joined the lobby, and I got fucked. I got destroyed, and it really demoralized me. It killed me. But Blur was super chill, super nice, and I stuck around in chat. We talked, and I just was like, "Hey man, you're like really good. You got the personality for this." And then I think within like my third stream of being there, you made me a mod, and I. It's every little kid's dream to be a mod on any YouTube stream. That's I was
became
elated,
mod
so happy. And I think a lot of people, especially I'll get into meeting Juan. Juan was also a mod in Blur's chat, and I would see him come in from time to time, and so I checked out his stream because Blur seemed to, like him. And
he would only come in when he wanted to promote a video.
I
started posting all the links I could. I was like, hey, mod power.
That's why I made you mod. Yeah, exactly.
But I went to Juan's stream, and I think literally on my first stream there, I got made mod on Juan's stream because I was a mod on your stream.
It's a gold
and I had all the power. I'm like, yes. And I think that some of the viewers did not like me because of this. When I was first arrived into the group, they did not like me because I so very quickly got the spot that everyone wants. And in fact, I started, when I was younger, I would donate to Juan a lot, and I think I donated to you, Blair. And actually, I don't know if you had a donation. Like, I can't remember.
I don't think I did.
I would donate to people, and I don't remember how I got into the calls and started playing games, but I got invited. I think it was by you, Blair, to just
Juan.
game.
Because didn't I left for a long time because I was Christian kid, whatever. We had different weird rules about the internet. Sometimes we just wouldn't be on the internet, and I think I wasn't allowed to game online for a long time. And then I got Discord, and I think by that point, I think you were already in Juan's server, and you were already part of that. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe I can't remember exactly.
It was a long time ago.
But very quickly, I got introduced to the group, and again, that is a big issue with the chat when they everyone wants to talk.
Yeah.
That is the first thing people say when they join a stream. I join VC. No. No, you cannot.
Yeah.
So when they saw this kid who got mod first day and was in VC with them, they did not like me. But I just became accustomed with the group. I became one of the boys, and then I started streaming myself.
Yep, that's true.
And then Carlos came in.
Yeah, I joined. I was the latest installment of the boys. A few people come and go. Have people come and go in and out. That I got to talk to and stuff. But I feel like the core, at least for the past few years, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, is us 4. But I originally met Blair through Twitch through Smash Ultimate.
Yeah.
Just going on streams randomly one day and randomly clicked on his account and seemed like a really nice guy. Hopped on his lobby and I think you clapped me for like 3 weeks straight with your voice. I don't think I won a single game. I don't think
bro,
I came back.
That's who I
Every day.
did too.
I remember like you working this job where you were like up early or something.
Oh
I think
yeah,
you were
dude, I was working at
at
Menards.
yeah.
Oh,
And I remember
fuck
you were streaming
Menards.
super
Shout
early.
out, fuck you, Menards. If you're watching,
Fuck Menards.
We lost our first sponsorship.
That's what I was
Fuck
going
Menards.
for, man. I'm in ties right now with them.
yeah,
Fuck Menards, but also shout out to Menards for like having your time, so I could like
True.
actually like be able to meet you and stuff. Because
that's
like
true.
from then we actually got to talk to you in like one-on-one calls, and then you thought I was cool enough
True.
for me to get invited to the group, started getting accustomed to everyone in
yeah.
the group. By that time, I think Valorant was coming out, so
Oh,
everyone
dude,
was hopping
yeah.
Valorant. That
We
was the
hopped
game that
on-
like we were all in, and I was dog shit. I was terrible.
Yeah, I
did not
remember
know.
the first day Blur brought you in to play Valorant, and we got off, and you left the call, and I was like, he fucking sucks.
I was dog shit. Yeah, was
Like
dog
I
shit.
said, I did not hold back. I was like, he is not good.
Yeah, I was dog shit. It took a lot. It took a lot. I was super interested in not only like the game was like a little bit, but I was mainly interested for the group and like
Mhm.
being involved in something that was like more than me, really. So slowly and surely, like started getting like accustomed to you guys, and then I started becoming like instead of like Val, like we play like Fortnite instead of Fortnite, we
Yeah.
play like other stupid games. And then I got to like kind of show my personality to all you guys, and I think I kind of earned your guys' respect and was like, all right, he has a spot, he can
course,
show
yeah.
up. So I've been super grateful, like so happy about having that. But as the youngest member of like the core four, it's kind of like I feel like there's a chip on
Well-
my shoulder, I
well,
feel
you're
like
not-
I have,
You're not the youngest anymore, actually.
True.
oh yeah, that's true.
There's
have-
the other member of
Oh.
Nevermind.
Our
We have
unnamed
another member. He is
our
not here
unnamed-
tonight. We told him, but he is busy, probably getting DoorDash. or
Streaming, I
something.
think, or yeah, DoorDash.
streaming.
But,
Yeah.
It's one of those two.
So Riot will be here from time to time. We got Riot. He's part of the group as well. I think he. Well, you know what? We'll let him introduce himself on the next one, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to speak for him. He's a man of many words, and
Yep.
they're not
Man of
all
many-
good. and
No,
Sometimes too
too many
much.
words
we can't
Yeah.
all go on the
Little
podcast, but
He's not the best Chessboxer expert, and I can confirm that. It's
Sure.
okay.
But
It happens.
one thing I realize about besides Riot, because I think that was one,
yeah,
Blur brought everyone together.
Yeah.
I am the one.
Blur
that
is
runs
the-
this-
Blur knows how to choose the good people.
and then I just.
I'm one of those good people. I'm saying I'm
You
gonna
are.
brag. I'm a good person.
I'll speak on that. I think like especially for Carlos, like being like newer, like literally,
Yeah,
I think our group, like we've had people come and go in the group, like in the
Yeah.
we just gaming nights. Basically, we get together, we play games, and that's kind of how this all naturally happened. But I think it's just like some people enjoy that atmosphere of like chilling. Some people want to be like more hardcore and like competitive games, and which we get into. We dabble in sometimes. Like we'll find a game that we all
yeah,
really
we get
like,
tilted.
and then we'll get
Bloody.
we'll go like super aggressive like Overwatch
For
or Valorant for a long time. But I think as long
Definitely.
as like we just like chill people, and as long as you're not like super weird or get angry at stupid shit or down to have a silly goofy goose time, then we like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the Game Awards, we're here, and if I'm being honest, hey,
Yeah. Hey, we
there are a
should
lot
give-
of great announcements, a lot of amazing ones. But my biggest disappointment for Game of the Year was that there was no Sonic Frontiers. Now, you guys are free to discuss in the comment section and say why Sonic Frontiers shouldn't even be on any of the lists.
Is that a game?
Listen to the music. Yeah, why? No, that's it.
I've never even
But that is
seen-
my exit. I am gone from the podcast.
We'll find a replacement.
I think
Yeah,
Sonic
definitely.
Frontiers. I haven't listened to the music, but I mean, Sonic music is typically always good, and that's probably what
That's
it
true.
should have been in. And then it would have lost to God of War. So, just like everything else did.
Didn't
That was the night of God of War, man.
didn't Elden Ring win Game of the Year?
Elden Ring did win Game of the Year, but
What's
with
that? What's your guys' opinion on that? Because personally, I don't agree with
Sonic
you.
Frontiers, yeah.
I don't know about Sonic Frontiers either.
Wait, what game do you think was Game of the Year?
I think Animal Crossing on the GameCube.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good pick.
You know
That's a good
what?
pick.
You're right. I think next Sonic Frontiers.
2022 Animal Crossing on the GameCube. No,
it has longevity.
Because I feel like, but I'm like a weird like audience or market for gaming because I like don't really buy games, and I just like find one game and I keep playing it a shit ton.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I feel like for like the Game Awards, it's mainly focused more on I feel like the big like AAA titles. You know, like like
I
if
mean, like,
GTA 6 comes out, that's most likely gonna win Game of the Year.
Oh,
Like,
for
whenever
sure.
it does come out, if
Sure.
ever. But sorry, what were you saying, Steven?
I mean, there's like, I can't remember. Stray was on there, which Stray wasn't like a big AAA game.
Stray was good.
Stray was an indie company, so like,
True. Yeah,
but
true.
it's when it's just paired up. I guess it's a little unfair because when it's paired up against a big AAA title, a lot of the times like there's a reason it's AAA. So I don't know. It's just a tough battle for it to win. But I don't think just necessarily because a game's AAA that makes it like not as not worth getting chosen for Game of the Year. You know.
I feel like it'd just be really hard for it to be chosen unless it was like some massive, like kind of like Fortnite type thing where like it just kind of takes everyone. It's like free. Kids like it because if you want a game to be popular, you have to kind of have like kids to like it. What is going on, man? He's joking.
Are you
I'm
like
here,
making
boys.
supper?
One said Sonic Frontiers. Now I
Yeah.
feast.
boys. I'm here. I'm
It's video
here.
time. He's got his DoorDash. Let's go.
I'm here, boys. I forgot I was on camera. I'm not gonna
I think Elden Ring definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
As me and Juan are the only ones that played it out of us four, right?
Did you play it,
Have you guys played it?
I'm not a big Souls guy, man. Not
Yeah.
a big Souls guy.
I've never
I
really-
think it's a little bit it looks intense. It looks intense
Yeah.
and like all the pairing and all that. I love the art. I love like the
Yeah.
narrate. I know I love the lore. I love like what they did with the game, but I'm just like if I got to a boss like that I would have to come back 10 times plus or more, I'm just gonna stop
Yeah.
playing. I don't have it in me. I'm old now, I can't. Like I just
Girl.
Speed run.
I'm old. I can't. Yeah,
That's why
that's not like killing a big Elden Ring boss. That's just
True.
quick little Mario 64. Or a little
you're
thing.
playing a game in a certain way that you're gonna expect that stuff. But
Yeah. So I don't know. For me, it's a little tough, the learning curve, and like everyone having Dark Souls 1 through 3, and then
That's
Bloodborne and Demon Souls experience, and then I'm brand new. Like
yeah,
it would be definitely a pretty bad tutorial area for me for sure. Like that would take me. I don't even know how long. So that's kind of the main thing that I think sends like new viewers and like a new demographic of like people that haven't played Souls games. Elden Ring was the game to bring people in that haven't
Yeah.
played Souls games,
That's true.
but like still, there's still a big divergence between like people who want to try those games and like the notoriousness of like a Souls-like game because it's going to be hard. You
I
know what
mean,
you're getting.
Going off of that, they made a bunch of patches because the bosses originally were that hard.
Yeah.
There were people complaining they had
Really?
to go pre-patch to make it easier for newbies to come in and get it.
That's crazy for a Souls
I
game too
believe it,
because it's
though.
supposed to be like insane. So
And
I don't know,
this
I'm
is
that's
a
the main thing.
But I beat all of that before the patch.
Pre-patch.
Same,
I was in there.
That's like beating Bayonetta pre-patch.
I don't even want to hear those words. I don't even want to hear that word, man.
I'm glad
Hard of that.
I'm glad none of my friends played Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Hard of that, man.
Fuck that character.
I jumped like one time and I got taken up stage and to the right.
You couldn't
What am
do
I supposed to
shit.
do? How can I defend myself? I'm shielding.
It was
I think-
tragic.
I think Elden Ring, as someone who is into the Souls games, not as much as like to clarify, I've never beaten Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3. Have not beaten them. And I don't like them as much as I like Elden Ring. Elden Ring is definitely Souls-like, and it's got that formula, but it does it in a way that is way more palatable to new people. And that's why I thought it should be Game of the Year. Though again, if you still could not like that kind of experience, and that's completely fair. And that's why I thought God of War might take and sweep the
Yeah.
entire Game Awards,
Dude,
because
I thought it
God
might
of
have
War
too.
is like, other than the fact that it's right now a PlayStation exclusive, which
Oh,
kind of sucks for games of the years. I don't like that a game of the year
yeah.
that's exclusive can be nominated, even though God of War Ragnarok does deserve a lot of the praise because it's a fantastic game. It just, God of War is way more friendly to get into, since it's like,
Mm.
the story experience, where Elden Ring, you go in and it's got a story to it, but you have to find the story and piece it together, and you could just go wherever.
Yeah.
And like, you have to figure out, oh, I'm getting my ass kicked here, I shouldn't be here. And I don't
Yeah.
know, the game definitely deserved it, but I would have understood if God of War won. But God of War winning all of its awards, I think it should win a lot because it was a great game. There's like 2 awards that just didn't really make sense to me, which was the soundtrack,
Sonic Frontiers.
which wasn't
Amen,
nominated,
brother.
not even nominated. um, that game, great music, but I don't know, when you have a game like, I believe it's called Metal Hellsinger up there, where it's literally all about rhythm game and it's rock. It is just such a like
Mm.
good game. I think it only lost because God of War is just a bigger title name, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the thing
Because
when it comes back
I,
to
after the Game Awards, have played it and I'm like, wow, why didn't this win? This is so good.
True. What are you gonna say, Carlos?
I was gonna say, just that's when it comes back to like AAA preparation over like an indie game,
Yeah.
which is like indie game is gonna have like everything against them, even if it's a cult follower, like perfect game, it's still like very rarely gonna get the recognition it deserves, and it's
Yeah.
like there's so
Indie
many good games right now out there.
indie companies also just struggle with marketing.
Yeah, I mean, it takes money. You gotta
It
pump it
takes
out.
a
Yeah.
lot of money. Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
pump it out.
The ads are crazy because like they were pumping ads for God of War, yeah, and Elden Ring like on like Twitch and like
Yeah.
Amazon, like that. Those are expensive slots. Like a lot of people want those. Do you guys think that like what is your guys' overall like opinion of this year for games released, and like because I don't think that there's like been any like big titles or like something to get like people really excited. Like imagine like Overwatch on release, or like Fortnite, like when it was first popping. Like a game that really takes everybody. Like maybe like
No,
Fall
there's
Guys.
been no like game changer.
Yeah, like game changer. That's like what's gonna like re-innovate like the whole, because Fortnite changed everything. Then it changed like the whole. It doesn't even have to change the formula because I don't think you can really. I think it's kind of stuck at like the free
If-
game formula,
If
and
I'm
then
being honest,
multi or the mini transactions or whatever.
I'm with you on the Fortnite because before it was kind of solo play games and then multiplayer games.
Yeah,
Fortnite came in, it set the tone of multiplayer market is now
it's gonna
in
make
reach of
way more
everything.
money.
And,
Yeah,
and the free to play market like grew.
yeah.
Before
Huge.
Fortnite, I don't think there were that many free to play games at all.
Yeah, like Clash. Remember, like Clash of Clans was the meme for like the kids stealing their parents' credit card for
Yeah.
Clash of Clans and like Clash Royale, and that was like a mobile thing. It was like the free game and you can make microtransactions, and now it's not at all. Like Valorant, Multiverses. Like I think that's why Multiverses did so well, is because it was free and on a lot of platforms, and
Yeah.
like everybody was like, yeah, I'll try it out.
It is just the smartest way to release a game in like this time frame right now,
Mhm.
because there's so many people, and I'm a fiend, you're a fiend. We like our cosmetics.
Oh,
We will
yes.
buy cosmetics.
So they're so good.
We cannot. Is there something about it? We get an itch and we're like, man, that skin just looks too nice.
Yeah.
So like, it's just the smart way to do it. You get people in with the free to play, and that you get a larger audience, because you can have the people who wouldn't normally buy that because of the price
Yeah.
into the game, and then those people might stick around, and then you sell them like stuff around it.
His gamers
Even
aren't-
just like DLC, you could do DLC for a free game realistically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in a way it is like when they release cosmetics and shit. In a way that's just like a game that's perpetually having DLC.
It's like
added to
Destiny.
it. Yeah.
Destiny
Yeah.
2 is
said
free, and then
Destiny,
it's got all the.
I don't
Destiny
know.
2 is not the perfect way to do it, but they have their free to play, and then they have their seasons of DLCs.
Yeah.
Not that you should vault a fucking season that I can still buy on Steam. Not
Yeah.
very cool,
No.
but it's
Yeah,
the way to
true.
do it.
Going back to what you were originally saying, the Blur, it's been a pretty lackluster year. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like you're saying to the impact of like a game like Fort. It's like that
Yeah.
game was crazy when it first popped. Whenever it first came out, if you weren't playing that, you
Dude,
weren't playing
yeah,
the game. So
Exactly.
it's hard to have that effect today when it's like not only is social media being driven by like every opinion before you even get your hands on a game and like
True.
reviewers like, oh, this game is dog shit, and or even get to play it. But
True.
I just feel like that type of game when you make a game like for it, when you make like for example going back like when you make a sensation like Pokemon Go or something like that like everyone comes towards, it has to be like that perfect formula of like, okay, this is a new idea,
It's like
this
the
is
perfect storm.
free to play, we're bringing in support, community support, bringing in support from our team. It takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of luck involved too. It's like
Oh,
you
a
see
lot.
Among Us was a year old, right before
That's
it got
true.
discovered and before
Yeah.
it started popping off. So it's really hard to find that all those things put together to make like this wave phenomenon of like everyone playing the game. It's really tough, but this
I-
year's been a little lackluster.
Do you feel
be
like
honest.
because like yeah, did that? I mean, nothing will probably get as big as Fortnite did. It was just like the perfect combo of like it was a lot of luck. Like that, they weren't even trying to make like a
No.
big game like that. They
They
were
were
making
not.
that survival weird mode,
Yeah,
and then they were
the
like,
solo player mode.
yeah, and then they were like, you
Yeah.
know what, PUBG's popping off. Let's try a battle royale, and then it just like the perfect mix of all the combinations. But like so like not to that extent, but like I feel like there's no big games. Like there's no.
I
Like,
think like the
it's
closest thing
possible.
to that was like Elden Ring, but like
yeah.
Elden Ring, like you guys don't play Souls, so you guys probably don't see it as much. But there's so many more like indie Elden like Souls like games
Yeah.
popping up nowadays, but it didn't hit as hard. Where like you don't see other AAA companies going and making like a Souls game. They
Right.
like it just wouldn't work. But could you guys even like imagine what another like big like game changer would be? I can't even
That's what-
fathom what it would be.
I don't know what it would be either because I feel like, but I mean, we thought that same thing like before Battle Royales came out. We thought like, oh, like we got like the main, we got 5v5, we got like 1v1 games, but like a format change to a game, it's gonna be really
I
hard.
think one thing that a game needs nowadays is proximity chat.
Yeah,
I think that's a like an easy big game changer.
true. I think
That's the thing I
companies
would-
are scared of that though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are, and realistically, they should be.
Yeah, they should be. Sorry, Carlos, what were you saying?
The thing I would add to like a story-driven game that I like what a creator from this year has done is making like a pure story-driven game like 100% co-op like Pokemon has done. Not to say Pokemon was perfect, but that was I feel like one of the best additions to like be able to turn in the game, go through like 5 minutes tutorial, and you see your friend right there that's like waiting for you to start the game, and you just go around the whole area. Some areas aren't accessible, but I want to see that more. Like
I love games
maybe
like
like a
that.
Souls. Like I mean, I don't know. Souls, can you play together
think-
like that? Can
yeah,
you play through the whole
Because
game?
you can play. So the way it works is you both have items that allow you to summon each other, but it's limited to areas and what like you can't get out of this area. There's going to be fog walls so the player can't leave, and if they die, they're dead and they're out. If you die, they get kicked out of the world. And
Right.
like if they beat the boss, you're done. You completed the area, you move on to the next one. And there with Elden Ring it's a lot of big open worlds though. You can't really summon people in that game as much because it's not limited to like what it normally is, which is like specific set areas. Which is like, see, they have a co-op mod that I've been telling Juan about, and it's just like I don't understand why companies struggle so hard
Yeah.
to be able to do that.
Let
When
people play
a
the game.
modder can just make your game infinitely better, why can't you just realistically think about that and go, I know you wanted your experience to be a specific way, but if a modder's going to do it and people are going to play it, you should just release it like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I think multiplayer is like it's an essential part now at this
I
point
think
because
it's something Sorry, what were you gonna say, Blair?
Oh, I was just saying, like it's an essential part. Like when you have a friend to play a game with, it's so much funner. Like you're way more motivated. It's like you're actually achieving something, you know, instead of just sitting by yourself playing a game. Like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I think it's something that like it kind of had a resurgence over the past few years because like when I was growing up in middle school and high school, like I was playing Call of Duty, I was playing like
That's true.
single player, multiplayer shooters, and it wasn't about the story at all. Like I was like, screw the story. Like I want to go play with my friends, quick play, just get started, get into like games that we could start sharing together. And once I had that group together to have a game that's like everybody can be involved playing a story, it's like it makes it all that much
Yeah,
better. So to see it come back is really cool, and I hope it keeps getting included in like our top, tier games, the AAA games. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
I think that's why Elden Ring worked. Like they did that somewhat. Like I know that,
somewhat.
and kind of like my gauge is of like for now, like now at least is like if a game is popping or like popular is if like people start making like it's on if it blows up on TikTok. Like because if it blows up on TikTok, then you pretty much have like a huge fan base.
Yeah,
Who made it?
And like multiverses, that's why I saw like, oh yeah, multiverses is doing really good because people on TikTok were excited about it. It's like, and
same
that's
with like
really hard to
just
do.
not even just TikTok, but like with getting content creators to
Yeah.
play your games. Like
Mhm.
like companies just need to get better about that. I think they have been, but
Mhm.
like a content creator can sell your game. I think that's a Carlos said it earlier, but Among Us is a perfect example of that.
Oh
Soda
yeah.
Poppin streamed Among Us, and
Yep.
it popped off because of Soda Poppin.
Yeah. And that's why everybody else started playing it too because they saw like, oh, big streamers, they're having fun with their group of friends. Like, oh, let me
Yeah.
do that with my group of friends.
You guys think like an indie, a new upcoming game developing group? Do you think that's their number one target? Is just like, hey, let's see if I can talk to a creator like Soda. Let's see if I can talk to Moist Critical. Let's see if maybe like
It,
give them
yeah.
10, a little bit percentage of however much we're making, be promoting it before it comes out.
It
I think
could
that would be something
be.
that would be a good tool.
I think sometimes like especially when you're a big streamer, like I think you have to be a little careful with what you associate your
Yeah.
name with. Like because if
For
it's
sure.
just some random person come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm working on this game. Like, can
For sure.
promote it for me?" Like they're not gonna accept anything like right off the bat, obviously. And a lot of times, like streamers like to hop on bandwagons. They don't want to be the first ones to like put
Yeah.
themselves out there and try something, which is it sucks. You know, it's kind of sad. But like when you're big, it's kind of like I think we were talking about this earlier. Like when you're big, it's like you don't even really have like a fan base. It's like a movement or like a community online. You have this chunk of the internet that like gives a huge amount of shit like about what you do.
Yeah.
And so like yeah, like a lot of times they won't try like a lot of new games. And then you do see like when they do like sponsor games like I don't know, I might be wrong, but like didn't Genshin Impact like blow up because of streamers and like people promoting it and shit?
I think that had a part to do with it. I
Oh,
also think it
social
was
media.
like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
They just started
Yeah.
posting it, and
There's a
yeah.
lot of
people were
marketing.
liking the edits for it, and they just.
They love their anime girls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Ace. I think he said $500
Yeah.
spent on
don't
Chessboxing.
don't out
Oh,
the man
sorry,
like that.
sorry.
Blur that
I'm
out.
gonna say $700.
Beep it out.
I'm putting it up there.
I'm gonna bring us back to the Game Awards though,
All right, yeah, go ahead.
to
Sorry.
finish up this topic. Do
Sure.
you guys have any games that they announced that you're like super excited for, anticipating? Is there any like disappointments you just saw of a trailer, or just anything that stood out for you?
You want to go ahead first one, or you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So Remnant 2, I'm ready. I cannot believe the Remnant team even started developing a Remnant 2. I thought they stopped after the DLC, so seeing that drop, like Remnant 2 looks so fucking good.
It did.
Like they literally made the player models look better, the animations for the movement looking better. They added a jumping feature, all the weapons looking. I'm in. Like I'm completely in because I didn't think I thought it was a one and done. You know, they finished there. They got good as DLC. I didn't believe. I love the game, but I did not believe they financially made the money to go for a Remnant 2.
Yeah.
And then they get into game.
Do you
fucking
know
awards and
who makes that game?
Yeah, what's the studio?
It's Gearbox. And
Oh.
Gearbox,
Gearbox?
Gearbox has made Borderlands.
Wow.
So
It's got to be a good
Huh.
game.
I didn't know that until right now. I just literally saw that just now. So I was really
Sorry.
surprised when I saw that.
Damn.
That's crazy. Well, never mind. There you go. That's where they had the money from. So maybe it wasn't from
Borderlands,
revenue.
they make good games.
It's fun. It's addictive. When it's great, and I can't wait for that. Disappointments? I don't think so. They have a shit ton of solo campaign games, and I'm so
Mhm.
for it. I
Yeah.
think we need a lot more of those because I love my FPS shooters. I love my multiplayers, but sometimes you just want to chill out, play a little, alone, get involved in the story. Elden Ring was literally my last story-like game, so that's
That's a good one.
that's a lot to say, yeah. Because I know there's God of War and all that. I have not played any of those, but I love the fact that this whole Game Awards had just a ton of like single player campaign,
Yeah.
focused
They
games.
did.
I
Like, that
think
was
it's
pretty
amazing.
much all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Was
And
like
they were all amazing. I don't think there's one where I was like, eh. Well, actually, Bayonetta.
yeah.
I
don't know what that
Oh
was.
I forgot about that.
you know what?
goofy
Maybe it's a little
ass.
bit of the maybe a little bit of the disappointment. It's a cute concept, it gives me Okami vibes, back in the day, the little
Yeah.
doggo. But I $60 for a game like that nowadays, I don't think it's worth the $60.
Nah.
But that's a me thing. So not disappointment, just confused. What about you guys?
For me, it has to be Hades 2. Playing through Hades right now, I have an appreciation for it. I have appreciation for the lore and story and the art, like me and Steven were talking about before. And it's just an addicting game, man. It's just addicting and fun, and it's something I think about when I'm at work. I'm just like, I want to go home and play Hades. So that's my
You
number
know
one
it's
game right
good.
now.
That's crazy,
That's my
bro.
game
I
that
need
I
to.
want to grind to get through. So, I mean, for me, it's just like it's a little bit demoralizing with like this is my first big dungeon crawler I played, so it's a little demoralizing like losing run stuff, but like it makes it all the more worth it when you're like deep in a run, you have like health and you're good to go.
Mhm.
Seeing the new stuff for Hades 2, seeing the animation, the reveal, how everything looks, I'm so excited, man. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool. And I guess for disappointments, I would have to say maybe not seeing enough like Crash Team Rumble footage. That was a little bit on the ass side for me.
Oh
I
yeah,
definitely
Crash
wanted
was
some
sick.
gameplay for that game for sure.
Yeah,
I
Crash
want to
was
see
sick.
it be fun. I want to see it actually like be what it looks like. I don't want to see it like become this different game whenever it comes out. So that to me was like I hope it's something that we can get on, just be able to like have fun with this Rumble. But I don't want it to be janky or like that's why I'm not putting any hopes towards it. But I know Sony's gonna do a good job. So
Yeah.
that
I
for me is mostly it.
I don't really know. I don't really see. Again. I'm a weird.
I was saying none of these games seem up your alley, honestly.
Because like I don't get really excited about game announcements. I kind of wait until like a game has like some like backing behind it
Right.
or like some reason to play it. Because if it's just some like either solo or like some game that no one really gives a shit about, I kind of feel like pointless playing it. But that's some like weird egotistical maniac shit that I have in my head though. Like I'm motivated to play games for other people, like for validation or some weird shit. But like I'm excited to see Mario. The Mario movie looks crazy. I've never seen it
Yeah.
before, and that was the first time they ever gave
It's
us
the first
footage.
ever reveal.
We're back. Yeah,
Oh
definitely.
man.
I am excited though. The Mario movie, like real note, does look good. I was like scared they were gonna do it shit, but I don't really think like I think I don't know. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit, but like the dangers of making a game into a movie, like it can definitely be done really badly
Yeah.
and really
It's-
ass.
Many times it has.
Yeah, and a lot of times it does. But like I feel like I don't know, it feels different. It feels like they can't really mess it up. Maybe just because Mario doesn't have like a lot of like it has lore, but it doesn't have like a hardcore storyline. It's kind of like these people are here and in this universe and Mario is doing this thing at this time. Like it doesn't feel like they can really mess it up with like
Yeah.
storylines or like cuz like some fan bases like Sonic, like, oh no, Sonic doesn't use that one in this part. He likes this, you know, like it
There's
can
people
get,
like
Give him this chili dog.
yeah, exactly. Like Sonic doesn't eat hot dogs. It's supposed to be chili dogs. And so it's just like weird shit like that. And the animation also looks super pleasing to the eye, and I feel like that's like the main thing.
I think Nintendo is just super hands-on with it as well, so that probably
Yeah.
helps. I don't know how, other video game movies have been made, but Nintendo's probably very involved in this, so they are
It
making
seems like
sure,
they are.
especially this is such a big thing for Nintendo that it's got to be, it's got to kill.
Yeah. Well, Nintendo doesn't like doing a lot of things. Like they're very careful about their
Yeah.
like their brand. They're super careful about the shit to like an annoying extent. Like we've seen recently with the Smash.
Yeah, they
shit,
hate
but,
their
like,
fans.
Yeah, it's just like
They
I
hate
don't
us.
know. It's like I mean I do appreciate that though that they take a lot of pride and like put a lot of effort into their shit, and that's why they made so many good games in the past. But like sometimes they can fuck it up sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't really have
There's
any
only-
disappointments though because I don't really give a shit anyway. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Steve.
There's only besides what Carlos said and what Juan said, I'm excited for the Final Fantasy game. I'm a Final Fantasy kind of guy.
yeah.
I'm excited for that Judas game from the people who made BioShock because I'm into BioShock.
Mm,
I'm excited to see what that's
that
like.
one did kind of look dope.
Atomic Hearts, that looks fucking great.
Yeah,
I'm
Atomic
excited
Hearts
to
is
see more
badass.
gameplay of that.
Badass.
I think that's pretty much it. There's only not that I'm disappointed by what is it, Armored Cores or whatever, the From Software game that got announced.
that game.
I just wanted a Souls game so badly,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm disappointed about. Not Armored Cores being announced. I'm happy it did, but that. And then also one thing that bothered me a little bit was the Suicide Squad trailer, because
Oh, yeah.
it starts off showing Batman, the shadow of Batman, and really hyping this up. And I felt like for that moment, everyone was like, "There's a new Arkham game,"
Yeah.
and that's what my mind went to. And I really want that. And then it was Suicide Squad, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Damn it!"
could-
Not that it's good. Not that I it could be good, but
Yeah. What
Yeah,
what
it's not.
because I have no idea. I've never played any of Batman or any
Mhm.
even Spider-Man. I've never played any of them. What makes those so much better than a Suicide Squad game? Wouldn't it be similar as just gameplay wise?
so I haven't seen the gameplay of Suicide Squad, so I don't know. But there's just in the way everyone says it, when you play as Batman, you really feel like Batman.
Yeah.
Everyone says that, but it's just the story is so well crafted. They have
Oh yeah.
the best voice actors. Rest in peace,
Mm.
Kevin, the voice
Mhm.
actor for
Yeah.
Batman. They just had this amazing cast of characters, and they finally did something good with them, because I don't like a lot of the DC movies. I don't know if you guys watch any of the DC films, but
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of the time they're just meh,
yeah.
which is crazy because I think they have such an interesting cast of characters. I don't know how you
Yeah.
constantly are missing with these
Yeah.
characters.
Mm.
I don't.
So
know.
the Arkham games really just nailed it for me,
Hmm.
and that's why I was excited for another one, but
I got you.
it's not. But yeah, that was those were only my really disappointments, and then the one kid going up on stage after the Elden Ring announcement and nominating that award to his
Yeah.
Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. So
Wait, I missed that. What the hell?
you didn't know about this?
Yeah.
So okay, we'll talk
Yeah.
about it real quick. Right at the end, they announced game of the year. They announced Elden Ring. The
Yeah.
4 people stand up. They're hugging each other. They start working their way to the stage, and then everyone gets up on stage, and then there's 5 people up there. I'm like, I didn't think much of it, and there's this kid who is standing behind them, and me and Juan, or I said something to one of them like, "Who's this kid?" And we all were like, "It's probably one of their sons," but he doesn't look like any of them. And he's if you rewatch it, he's trying to look up at the broadcast to make sure he's in frame, and keeps getting in the camera.
Oh no.
And they have their speech, and he's standing behind them, and after their speech ends and everyone's clapping, he stands up and he walks up to the mic and goes, "I would like to nominate this award to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton. Thank you." And everyone confused claps, and then the show just ends.
They walk him off, bro. All the
Yeah,
mics
Jeff
come out
Jeff
and-
Keighley tweeted out right after the show that he was arrested, and yeah, he was not supposed to be on the thing. You could see, if, like, when you look back, the 4 Elden Ring guys start to walk up on stage. In a separate aisle, this kid walks down, just walks up on stage with them. I'm like, where is the security at this event? Like, what the hell? That could have gone way worse. Yeah, you went to bed right before it.
No, man, that would have made the whole thing. That was my. You know what? That's what I was the most excited for.
Bill Clinton, let's go.
For Elden Ring, baby.
Dang.
But yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna talk on the Game Awards at all, we have to absolutely mention the MVP, which is the flute guy.
The flute guy. Were you there for that?
Insane.
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
wait,
I couldn't remember.
Or the Piccolo.
The
No.
Oh,
You're thinking of the first performance. You left again for that one. We're gonna have to show you the last performance they did for the Game of the Year music. They had this orchestra up there, and there's a guy in the middle who's first playing a flute, and then switches to another instrument, and then to another instrument, and he is fucking going crazy. Dude. He was the highlight of the entire show.
Oh shit,
bro! When the performance finished, he literally popped off.
Yeah,
he literally got
he was so excited to do his job. It was so nice to see. It was like so heartwarming.
It was wholesome. It was super wholesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
He was good. He was like, I could hear his flute.
Yeah,
they had to put some mic up on his flute because he was hitting that solo, man. He was clean with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I changed my mind. This one wasn't so bad. I'm hearing the stories. I like it.
We'll have to show you after the podcast.
It was a good Game Awards.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I wasn't bored. Like last year, I won't lie, I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
But this one, there was a lot of good stuff. Like I was actually on my toes.
Yeah.
The stuff that they were showing. I was in it, you know.
I just try to like guess at the games, and I think that makes it more exciting. Like just try to get it before they show you.
Yeah, but, exactly.
Yeah, it was good.
You know they're thinking about that too. They're like, okay, we do this, and then they're gonna think this. When they're crafting it.
We're gonna leak an image that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Turn them around. Look at you, Metroid Pro. I can't.
We're gonna show a picture of Metal Gear Solid and then announce new Banjo-Kazooie.
There we go.
People would pop off. People would go crazy. I knew it. I knew if that picture was Banjo.
Dude, I'm telling you, of course it was Banjo, man.
Only true Banjo fans would get it.
You know that reference. It's a reference. You know Solid's taking Banjo. You know they go way back.
Oh my god. You, Blur, didn't watch the chess boxing event.
I didn't watch the whole thing. No, I've seen clips and I've seen. I watched. I think I watched. It was Ludwig versus some other dude, and they were doing slapping.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, Ludwig hosted on the 11th a chess boxing tournament, and chess boxing is exactly what it sounds like. Basically, two fighters or two players, I guess, however you want to, two champions enter the ring, and then they sit down and play a round of chess for 2 minutes, and then a bell goes off, and they back up, put on some gloves, and start going at it. And then after another 2 minutes, we sit back down and play some more chess. And
so fun.
It's basically whoever gets checkmate wins or knockout. Basically, you know. You'd be able to figure it out. But this event happened yesterday, and I think it was really cool. I know that me and Blur play the most chess out of the group. I think I don't know. Carlos seemed to know a bit.
I know what's going on the board, but I'm not like a savant or anything. I do know what's going on the board though.
And I think it was a huge event, and I think Ludwig really killed it, and he brought out some put a spotlight on something that could, grow, and I think that's really cool. But as someone who likes the chess aspect, watching it, I really just wanted it to become a boxing event. I'm just gonna be honest. I was into some of the chess, but like when you start seeing your favorite content creators just go at it, you're like, keep going. Like, why are we stopping? And it was still really good, but I think that's a lot of the same opinions as
I think the reason why, at least just I don't even know. I haven't even seen that much about it, but I feel like the reason why he didn't just do an all-out boxing is because with boxing, like if you just say a boxing event, all of a sudden everybody takes it way more serious.
Yeah.
Like it's way more serious. You got like weigh-ins and all this shit. Like people start training, and it's really hard. Like we saw like the Creator Clash Did you guys watch Creator Clash?
I did. It
It
was
was
pretty entertaining.
really fucking good. Like for like a whole event put together, like Ian and whatever his wife's name or girlfriend, like they worked their asses off, and that sounded really difficult to do, but it was really good. And so I think that's why probably he wanted like kind of the more kind of meme aspect of it, which is like, you know, chess boxing, which
Yeah.
is like a niche thing. It's not like a mainstream thing. But
Well,
it would be-
Ludwig is also super into chess, so
yeah, true.
you know, it's just, you know, trying to get more people into something that, you know, he likes. But yeah, I just think it definitely was. Watching it felt a little weird because the event was pretty sold out, as he had talked about, but the
Mhm.
crowd was so lame. I
I
felt
noticed that too. I was like, this is very dull, like quiet.
like no one is cheering. Like even for like they definitely came out. I think people would come out to see their content creator, right? You would want to
Yeah.
cheer them on, even
I
if the
would,
people I don't know. I'm gonna cheer for them because it's like this is a sick event. Like,
Yeah.
but the crowd was so lame. I felt
Mhm.
it was
Not only-
really weird.
Not only that, you have to respect the fact they're putting on gloves. Like you have to
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
some stuff could happen. Like they could get hurt seriously. The fact
True.
that you're like booing or like not respecting anybody, that's
yeah.
like I heard some boos, bro. It's like come on.
Well,
Damn.
I
the
know that's
most
not-
boos we heard was that Andrea match against what's her name? What was the girl that you had?
Dina, my baby.
Dina and Andrea. It's because like Andrea literally won in boxing, but for some reason the ref didn't call it. He just didn't call it. The refs were super uptight with some of the previous matches where
Yeah.
like a fighter who was standing up going, I could still fight, like I still want to fight. He's like, nah, you're out. It's over. We're done. And then
Damn.
the rule is like 3 TKOs in one round. She got TKO'd 3 times and they didn't call it. And people are
What
pissed
the
about
hell?
that. They were like, this is weird. But
Damn.
besides that, I mean, you know, it was fun. But
Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was cool to have Ludwig do the slap thing at the end. It was a
Yeah.
nice little gimmick.
I saw that.
And I think this has been like one of his biggest events so far, and he did a great job, and I'm excited to see what other events he does.
That
Which
is
I'll
right.
say was y'all's fight of the night. For me, it has to be. I think Turley's a myth. That seeing Turley's like overcome like everybody shitting on him. Everybody,
Yeah.
even the announcer saying he's like he just came back from doing drugs. Like he's not.
Yeah.
He's
Did
not
you
the-
did you see that fight, Blair?
was a
No, I
monster.
know who Chudley is, bro.
Watch
I
that
could
fight because
see-
he was fighting back, bro. He was putting fists in Miss face.
Yeah.
Because they also clarify right before he doesn't know how to play chess. They just both suck at chess. I don't think Myth sucks as much as everyone
He's-
shits
yeah.
on him for, because he's definitely been practicing.
Mhm.
But also they introduced Churdley as sucks at chess, and he's fought one other previous time and was knocked out. So it's just
Under
like
15
they're
seconds.
really like, you know, shitting on him and making it
Yeah.
seem like this is super one-sided, and then they just to go in there, and Myth put in a lot of work. He looked really good, but Churdley looked pretty good as well. Just for, I guarantee he wasn't
He was going
training.
back to
Like,
back.
Damn.
So he looked
had
good.
some movement.
You know what he said? He was doing drugs right before he got off the couch. Like he was. I think he was either the placeable fighter. I think he got
yeah,
replaced.
he
Yeah,
subbed
it
in
was
for
a couple
someone,
of
which was
the guy.
super cool.
That's
So
super cool.
he had no training in advance and still put on one of the best fights of the night, which was crazy.
Oh, I thought he was gonna knock down the first round. He was
Yeah.
putting up a fight.
No,
I
Myth, is,
was I had so much respect for him.
Myth is athletic. Like,
Yeah.
I
He looked like a monster out there.
Yeah.
Man. He was,
He had a little Ali scuffle at the like second round.
Oh,
It was hype.
shit.
It was hype.
He was a little.
damn, it was
Oh,
little quick
His
feeds.
footwork, yeah. I liked the Point Crow disguised toast one. I thought that one was really good.
Mhm.
I
It
did
seemed-
not expect
seemed
Toast to
super
fight
even.
as well.
And it was, yeah. I mean,
Hugs for me, bro. That match
Hugs was a good
hilarious.
fight.
Hugs
Nobody
absolutely
knows, dude. He
destroyed
was
though.
hungry, man.
You know
Hugs
about-
was
Hey,
great,
man.
though.
You know who Hugs and Toph are, right? Smash
Yeah,
commentators.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, damn.
Did you see that fight?
No, I need
Hugs-
to watch these.
Hugs obliterated Toph.
Oh, but I can see that.
Destroyed
Though,
him.
bro.
Yeah, I
would-
mean, you could see it, and it just sucks. But Toph still had such a good attitude about it, and
Yeah.
it was super nice to see.
Did he say like he enjoyed getting punched or something like that?
Yeah, he was like, it actually felt really good. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
weird, Toph, but I'm glad you're like, I got a
Okay,
positive
bro.
attitude
That's
about it.
Coach
God, looked
right
like he
there,
enjoyed
bro.
that at all, the moment, bro. Oh, you look like he was.
Or like
like,
the what is his name? Overt Flow against what's your guys' name?
Okay,
I can't.
Chris Abroad, bro. That one
Chris
was
Abroad.
scary, and I do
Oh my God.
believe that Overt might have been holding back.
Overt definitely held back.
There was one swing, just one swing is all it took to see the power differentiate, and then he just stopped showing it. I was like, whoa.
So Blair,
wait a minute.
Overt Flow is another person who subbed in last minute to fight, and he has boxed in the past, and he just clearly was like built, like he's done this, and he held back, and Chris ended up winning, and he was such a good like guy about it. And it was super cool to see, but like a part of me wants to see like he did one punch that was like the strongest punch of the night. I think like it had the most power behind it, and I was like, Chris is gonna die in there.
Like, and he never did it again, because I do feel like since he was like a sub in, and that's the same with Sherdley, right? I also feel like you know they don't want to take away from the main cast in there.
I'm sure they're just happy to be included. Like that's such a cool event. That was
Over though. I do think Over could have like
murdered him.
The actual knockout on Chris. And Chris looked good, dude. Chris was good. He was in. But that power, dude, I saw in that swing. Like even I was like scared for Chris. I was like, dude, you take one punch from that, you're.
Well, because see, that's why I feel like fighting is a really weird. Like you have to get in this like. I mean, it's like fight or flight. You know, it's like some weird primal thing in our brains. And when you don't want to like, you don't want to just kill the other person. But you feel like if you really want to have a good fight, like you have to want to kill the other person, kind of, you know. So that's why I feel like, which is fine. Like, and then there's also levels of like sparring and shit, you know. But that's why I feel like maybe he wanted more of like the chess, boxing aspects, where it's more of like an entertainment instead of like seeing like, oh, like this person is trying to beat this person's ass and this person wants this person dead, you know. And which I think is chill. Like I think that's cool. Sometimes like I feel like the whole YouTube, which is obviously is definitely blowing up in the past few years, like the whole YouTube boxing like beef. I think it's really cool. It's super entertaining, but it's sometimes a little much.
No, I like these because they're more bouts than revenge fights. And these are more of you're just entertained and they're in there to entertain. They also want to just get the thrill of. We're doing a battle between one another. Yeah. And I don't think there's any single one where I felt like there's serious beef. The only upset, like we said, was the Dina fight. Yeah. That, I do, dude. It was, if you look at it, it was an obvious, loss. Now, on the part of, what was her name? Andrea, yeah. She was too reckless. And like I said, they're not pro boxer or anything, but she kept on clutching on her own. So that was taking away time from her to be able to knock out the
last rounds.
So
I think she was getting tired too.
Like the ref definitely should have called it on the second TK. I like he literally at one point told Dina, looking at her, she's like staring into the sky all days. He raises her gloves. He's like, raise your gloves, and she's like, I'm back in. I was like, there's no way, bro. She's out, man. She's dead. It was bad.
I just hope people don't hate on her for winning. Because she didn't decide. She was like, it's not her decision.
Yep. 100%.
So
that is
honestly more respect to her for making it through those rounds and not getting knocked out on the ground and like being able to finish that chess match.
I really thought she was
that was just her coach's advice at that point. Just survive to the chess. You're winning in chess. Just make it.
They had a melee match at the beginning, Blur.
Oh yeah, the two bouts of Smash.
Who was it?
Oh shit! Like sitting down and boxing, and then
and then playing Smash Melee sets.
Yeah, that's the shit right there.
That would be more entertaining, I think.
He knocked the air out of that guy. That dude could not play.
Dude, that guy was dying.
So he could not play.
Damn.
He was just feeling the pain, dude. He could not.
I feel like that's almost harder to play Smash, like when your eyes are all fucked up and shit.
It's more technical.
Yeah, like more because chess you can play. I don't know why my phone is. Oh my god! But like chess, you can play blindfold if you're good. So like you don't. It's not like it's it all happens in your head, which can be fucked up, I guess, if you get hit hard enough. But
yeah, you just get punched in the head. You can't really think about it. But
yeah.
We're at the end of the segment. Now, this doesn't mean the end of the podcast. We, like I said, it's just our first introduction to everything that's coming. We want to also emphasize that this channel isn't a podcast channel. It's just our way right now of introducing all of us and what this channel is going to stand for, what this channel is going to be, and what it will become. We here want to bring everything to the table. It's kind of a group project where it'll motivate all of us into some way, shape, or form. Performing out of our comfort zones, for example, making the boys over here, they're going to start editing, start uploading on their own, so on and so forth, you know? I hope you guys enjoyed it because there's more podcasts to come. If you guys have any type of topics you guys would like to hear us talk about,
Definitely.
besides current events, lay it down in the comment section. All right.
Sure.
And we have our handles everywhere here on the channel. Either it's on display or it's in the description. You guys can go follow us at personal stuff on Instagram.
We got a
whatever it is.
TikTok and an Instagram as well. Never mind. Follow. We'll plug it in the
Right up.
description.
Keep it posted. We're gonna be uploading. We're gonna be keeping you guys updated.
Yep.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, without further ado, never mind. Over and out, guys. Hell yeah.
Later.
Peace, everybody.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another thing I think about sometimes, like how my personality has changed. And that could be a good topic sometimes, like how, like, since we kind of all have content from, well, except Carlos, I guess, but it's like, well, you could have even a different perspective on it, is like when what you project online, because we've never met each other in real life. We only know
Yeah.
each other through what we tell each other. So, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like some meta crazy like thought, but like I don't think it's any less valid, like online, knowing people online, like online relationships, because we're all in a four-way. We're all in,
Of course.
we got a what's it?
That's why our OnlyFans is
Quintuple?
coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We got the TikTok, the Instagram, the OnlyFans.
Yeah. It's online relationship. But I feel like those are not like any less valid than like real life relationships, because
I agree.
you get the same thing out of it. Like if you play games for fun, like you're just gonna be playing with real life people for fun, like sitting on the
Yeah.
couch. It's like the same thing. I think about that sometimes.
The culture's just changed so much to where
It
it's
has,
become
yeah.
like way more accepted, and back then it would not be like this, but like internet is
Dude, you,
just
like, nerd.
reality nowadays. So
Yeah. Do people spend so much time on the internet anyway they don't even realize?
Yeah.
Like on their phone, it's like the average time is like 3 hours a day or something on your phone. Me, it's way more than that, but and I'm less.
and
than some
I
people.
don't even realize it, because like my phone will be like, your screen time this week was like 3 hours a day, and I'm like, 3 hours? I didn't even feel like I looked at my phone.
Yeah, for real. And I don't look at it as much as I know some people do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn. I mean, it's a lot of time, but that's just kind of reality now. We're cyborgs.
Though I feel like the personality people give off online most of the time is not necessarily how they are in person.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think there is many cases where people are just a lot more confident because there's like screen, like,
Well,
you
yeah.
cannot affect me right now. You cannot physically touch me, like
Try.
so I could be a lot more confident.
True. Yeah. And it's like it kind of helps with like the public anxiety. It's like I know
Yeah.
like some people don't really like contact or like having friends, or like making friends is hard for them in real life. I think more introverted, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like more introverted people, it's a lot easier for them to, like, if you have a common, because like if you have like a common goal with someone, it's a lot easier to become friends with them.
Yeah.
Or like common interests. Because like nowadays, how are people supposed to meet people? I think about that sometimes. Like,
We talked about this last night because I was like, I don't use dating apps. I don't
Yeah.
like go to bars. Like,
yeah,
I'm running out of time. Like, I need to go do something.
like that's especially for like dating. Like if you don't use Tinder or like a dating app, how are you supposed to meet people? Because we don't like go unless it's like work. I guess work would be like the main way, but usually
I
people.
heard you're not supposed to date people you work with.
True. Yeah, you're
heard
not
that's not a
supposed
good
to.
Yeah,
thing
and
to
that's
do.
the, yeah. I was like, I mentioned that
Like,
yesterday
mess up
too.
the
It's just like
dynamic.
people that I know that I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this. This just doesn't
Yeah.
seem right.
Well, because like for
At least I
me,
want to.
yeah, because like for me, like I didn't grow up with. I don't have like friends from high school or like, you know, people, because you can kind of grow up with people sometimes from like high school and stuff, and then they kind of have friend groups, and you can kind of meet people
Yeah.
that way. But since I didn't have anything of like that, I just met people on Tinder, and not dudes, but some, you know, I'd meet dudes sometimes, but I would like meet chicks, and like I wasn't even like for fucking them. It was just like to meet people, and then
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, that happened too. But it's like I don't know how otherwise you're supposed to do it,
Yeah.
because it's super hard nowadays. And like if you just walk up to people and like start making a conversation with them, they like think like, "Whoa, why are you talking to me? Like, what do you want
Yeah.
from me? What are you trying to sell me?"
It's just like when I was younger, like my parents were always like, maybe we shouldn't let you online as much as you are. And if I was a parent, then I would have done the same thing. I would have been like, yeah, no, I'm not. Like, there's so much that like can happen just information wise, and like they would just think that uh I'm not socializing because I'm on the internet, which there's an aspect of that you kind of miss out
Yeah.
on. But I talk to so many more people
Oh yeah.
than my family does. Like
Yeah.
like my brother would go out with like his friends. Not that I don't have IRL friends, but
Yeah.
you meet so many different people of so many different kinds of cultures just online so much easier.
True. Yeah. Like the internet connects everybody in a way, and like it's limited. It is limited naturally, but it doesn't always have to be. And like there's a lot of people that met people and then like meet up with them at like events and shit, and then
Yep.
hang out with them. Like that happens all the time. And we've been friends. All of us have been friends for a long ass time. So like it's not like online friends are like. I mean, a lot of them come and go. Like you meet random
Yeah.
ass people in lobbies and you play with them or whatever. But I think it's pretty. I think it's a good thing. But there is a conversation to be had, like how soon a kid should have
Yeah.
internet access, because
Definitely.
dude, it's pretty wild out there.
Because I do think it could definitely affect how like you act socially. Like there's
Mhm.
so many people that are just like incapable of talking to a human being sometimes. And it's just
Yeah,
like the
that is
the
true.
the way that they were brought up and what they were allowed to do just kind of
Well,
prevented that.
and also just like the internet in general, it's like a lot more. It's like real life, but taken to extremes in like all cases, pretty much. Like any community you go into, like it's gonna be the most like extreme of that community in most cases.
Yeah.
Like there's no like super chill normal people on
Yeah.
Discord usually. Juan, are you trying to figure out your camera?